Okay, take two. Turns out on these particular ones I had to have the lid on it. VHS you don't. So fingers crossed, here we go. And there we go. Let's hit play. Extension 2. Hey! Picture. So you can see some static at the top there. Oh, it's kind of gone now. But yeah. And then with Betamax, you have to monitor the tracking. There's a few. That's it. I mean, that is as clear. I am so happy. Oh, hello, before they start getting frisky. But I'm very, very, very happy with that, because that tape is I gotta here we go, more family friendly. But look, you can see this here. This is gonna be possibly at the beginning, throughout. If I do hit the tracking, it's gonna send it way off. But for Betamax, I am so happy with that. I'm a stickler, I'm OCD about all this stuff. Usually when I see Betamax, it's just not great. But that is so, yeah, that's really clear. That's really good. So I'm quite proud of myself there. Anyway, so in closing, this is all, and I didn't even show the 6 minutes it took me to put that lid, that top bit back on with the spring. There is a pressure loaded spring inside of there that is really, really fiddly. You put it in, you put it out, oh my God. So I didn't even show me going with all this stuff. But anyway, if you do have any of this old stuff, one or two things. Let's go with one. Number one is buyer beware. Make sure you are choosing a transfer company that gives a crap. Head, heart, knowledge. I've got 20 plus years experience with all this stuff. I used to fix VCRs as a kid, actually. But I do have Tim at Arizona Video Electronics next door to me that does fix a lot of my stuff, because I just don't have the time to do it. And I don't really like doing it, to be honest. But make sure you avoid all of these cheap online box companies. Here's another one to avoid, because they will, and they put these stickers on them. Well, they don't here, but this particular customer, that is their barcode and stickers. You need all this kind of stuff that is just so hard to find and fiddly. So if you are in the business and you're trying to do this stuff, yeah, you know what's involved. You don't even think about putting that stuff in your players, because it's going to wreck it. But if you would like to get a quote, gotmemories.com. I do have minimum charges. So people think, oh, I got one videotape. I take on responsibility of everybody's stuff. So I take it very, very seriously. It's like handing me your dog, your kids. You know, when you pick a pet sitter, a daycare center, all these kind of things that you really do your homework on, you don't just hand over to everybody. You have to take that same philosophy with this stuff. People are just sending it off to the abyss. Sometimes not getting anything back. It gets lost, mixed up. You get tapes back that aren't yours. It takes 3 to 6 months the runaround. It's just, you look at the video and you need to see YouTube videos, because these companies don't have videos inside of their complex, because usually it's atrocious, it's dirty, disorganized, and it has to be systematized. I've been doing this so long, and you have to have everything in order. Otherwise, yeah, all these tapes look alike. They all get mixed up. The files, one drag of the wrong file. Look at this. Everything comes back really neat and organized as well. So I do so many things behind the scenes. So if you are looking for the cheapest quote and that's all you care about, don't waste your time or mine. I know I sound cocky in saying this, but I'm so busy. I've been doing this so long, and you have to understand the value of the priceless memories that you have when you're doing this stuff. And if you care about it, then yes, it does take time, expertise to get this done right. Otherwise, just, do whatever you want with it. But if you want quality work done, I'm your guy, gotmemories.com. Fill out the quote form and, go from there. But do not, be expecting, competitive rates with all these trashy companies, because they don't do what they say they're going to do. They're very limited resources. They have huge resources when it comes to money for advertising to get you in, to give you the money, give you whatever. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes to actually doing the work, no. Absolute trash. And if you're watching this from Legacy Box, Southtree, Kodak Digitizing, iMemories, not as bad, but I redo loads of their stuff as well. You get what you pay for. And when you see, like, even with iMemories, I saw some of their videos where they're showing just thousands and thousands of boxes, and it's just, oh my god, you're sending your stuff off to just, a conveyor belt of just woo. And I know some of the employees from there, ex-employees, and they got cameras everywhere because they lose stuff, they miscount stuff, so they're recording on top of every hand that's touching media, because if there's a problem, they can go back to it and they can research who touched it, did they throw it in the trash, disgruntled employees, all that kind of stuff. And I'm quality over quantity. All these other companies race to the bottom, and that's why they're all sucking, because everyone just underestimates how old their stuff is. And this stuff was not made for longevity. It was just mass marketed. Sony, Panasonic, all this stuff, shoot the kids, family memories. They weren't thinking 20, 40, 50 years down the road how it's gonna look and react, and how VCRs were, it's all intermediary stuff. So it was just like push products, sell products, and then years later you got all your stuff sitting on all these tapes. And quality guys like me are out there trying to fight all of this. People leave their stuff in garages, attics, humidity, because that's what's caused that, is humidity. And then you might go, yeah, but my stuff's in really good shape. Well, it might very well be, but the customer's tapes that went in before yours were like that, and it clogged the video heads, and now your tapes are going in and they look like crap or not transferring at all because the heads are clogged on all the players. So there's all, you're having having a bath with everyone else's bath water. And if that's not visual enough for you to kind of, get you to understand, but there's just a massive misconception in this industry with consumers that they think, oh, everyone's created the same. There's a quick way of doing this. There's a magic button. They've made new transfer machines to zip it off in just quick time. A 2-hour videotape takes 3 seconds to do. No, it takes about 3 hours to do a 2-hour videotape if everything goes perfectly to plan. So anyway, buyer beware. And, when I'm watching this is another thing. Look at this. I got a little bit of static at the top. And that means I got to kind of adjust the tracking here a little bit. And there we go, just a minute. And I'm monitoring this stuff as it goes. With all these other companies, they've got one player and one monitor with about 8 different feeds coming in on it. And if they've even got a preview screen, they're not watching it as it's going. So as I pan around the room here, I'm like, okay, what's happening to this tape? Let me restart it. Let me clean the heads. I got to start the whole thing over again. So you're getting quality stuff back. And if this isn't something where you're going to have to spend $100,000, for the average home movie person, 30 videotapes, you're looking about $800 to $900 just straight out of the bat. You're like, oh, wait, what? Yes, you spent $2,000 on the cameras. So it's all relative. So I'm very fair in what I do, but you are hiring an expert, not an idiot. So anyway, I'm rambling here. Okay, all right. Well, there you go. That is a success story. All the best to you. Gotmemories.com if you want to get a quote. Cheers.